Yeah, we can see your presentation, Doctor.
You can see my presentation? Good morning.
Yes, yes, we can see that.
Good morning. I'm happy to participate in the conference and to share with you my communication entitled Colors of the Zelliges at the Palace of El Meshouar, Tlemcen, Algeria, Harmonies, Aesthetic and Chromatic Effects. Well, okay. Wait a minute, please. Color in Islamic architecture heritage is an unexplored area of investigation. Polychromy of ceramic architecture is in Algeria has a particularity, a richness, image, and identity. The use of ceramic mosaic was considered as a luxury and a sign of refinement, and was adopted in Tlemcen in religious buildings, palace and madrasa, reflecting the prosperity of the people who built them. The magical effects of colors. We will see how a single Zellige panel with a single pattern arranged in the same way can be perceived differently because of the power of colors. Colors change the perception of decorative elements. The colors of ceramics in Islamic architecture in Algeria, an invested subjects. In Algeria, Islamic architecture is adorned with polychrome ceramic panels. The geometry was being widely studied, but the polychromy of the Zellige panel has been rarely explored. In Tlemcen, within the Zianid monuments, Zellige is whispered on the walls and floor of buildings, such as the Meshouar Palace. The mosaic covering the wall also refreshed the space during hot periods. There are reminiscences of vertical tapestry. The colorful appearance attract the eye through the effect of color contrast. These varied supports modulate the way in which the polychrome composition of the mosaic is perceived, according to an optical movement of advancing or receding. Polychromy of Islamic architecture in Algeria. The principal question is, how were the color relationship of the ceramic mosaics in the heritage building of Meriem architecture in Tlemcen constructed? What quality do they lend to the architectural space? The objective of the presentation is to highlight the color composition, harmonies, and polychrome atmospheres within the architectural space of the Meshouar, to highlight the visual effects and color composition that enhance the Palace Zellige styles, to show how color arrangements modify the perception of space and give it a specific character. The theoretical framework is based on the Eaton work of the art of color, based on the 8 fundamental contrasts: the contrast of hue, of lightness, of saturation, temperature, complementarity, simultaneous contrast, the contrast of quantity and quality. They are based on the Barnett, the short guide of writing about art, aesthetic approach inspired by Van Gogh's study of the effect of mixing, opposition, temperature, color, vibration, and their impact on space and the observer. Methodology: chromatic and aesthetic analysis, study of painting and architectural composition. Further work on observation, photographic survey, color measurement, experimental survey, semi-structured interview with visitors, collection of impression and feelings. Transdisciplinary theoretical foundation, directory of chromatic effects. Theory of color and its physiological and psychological significance interpreted in modern architecture, particularly in the style and in geometric art. In Islamic architecture, polychrome Zellige panel add great aesthetic value to building. They are considered as a work of art in their own rights. The geometric and floral motif in earthenware mosaics are reserved for the decoration of floors and paneling. Drawing of color combined with geometry is in search of light. The styles are assembled side by side and arranged diagonally in diamond pattern of same shade. They are also arranged in bands broken up by a combination of tone, manganese brown, copper green, yellow ochre, cobalt blue, and white. The diagonal bands joined together form a checkerboard pattern by dividing the base square into equal squares. The geometric shape is multiplied ad infinitum. Chromatic analysis of the Zellige and the phenomenon of color contrasts. Through visitors' movement, the architecture of the Meshouar Palace allow for a gradual contemplation of the building. From a distance, the color blend together and combine through an optical mixing effect. As one gets closer, the view of the monochrome walls channels the gaze toward the polychrome panel of the Zellige tile with floral and plant motif. As the observer gets even closer, the eye can only distinguish on decorative elements at a time and discover the details of a tile mosaic. The effect of attraction, appeal, and visual reference points. The polychrome composition of the mosaic decoration of palace modulates the perception of the various architectural elements. As one approaches the porch, the entrance to the palace is colorful. Appearance attracts attention due to the attractive effect of colors. Through their wavelength, the tone of the Zellige create a specific setting. The richly colored appearance of the facade serves as an announcement and a prelude to the monument. The staging effect. The porch entrance to the palace is highlighted by the polychrome flat decoration. Its colorful appearance contrasts with the monochrome background of the adjacent walls. Colors derive their richness and vibrancy from the optical mixture. They sparkle with an internal shimmering light obtained by changes in temperature in shade of similar value. Green, blue, and ochre having similar value and different temperature. The effect of flickering and vibration. When colors do not blend together due to an optical effect caused by proximity to the objects, they create a vibration effect and radiate. According to Eten, satisfactory vibration effect can be achieved through color contrast alone. This contrast manifests effervescent life and luminous force. The effect obtained is colorful, garish, powerful, and sharp. This contrast can produce a vibration effect. In our case study, the vibration effect is achieved through color contrasts in itself, as developed by Eten. The saturated colors create a vivid impression. Similarly, the light-dark contrast and the brightness contrast create shimmering effects on the walls. For example, the walls are enhanced by ochre yellow spots that shine in the sun and highlight the color of the stucco and wall coverings. Display of colors give the polychrome ornamentation a bright, warm, and colorful appearance. Throughout the reflectance of the ceramic material, the irregularity of small mosaic pieces catch the light, creating a play of light and shadow, and making the wall vibrate and sparkle. This gives the space a great sense of lightness. Thus, this colorful strip of the ledge with their pure, bright, and clear colors detach the polychrome panels from the architectural ensemble and make the volume lose all heaviness and weight, despite their imposing dimension. The counterpart effect. The relief effects. Within the Zellige, the color contrast is very pronounced, creating a relief effect. The black decoration seems to stand out from its white background. Contrast between color that advance and color that recede due to its wavelength. According to Eaton, white and black are the strongest means of expression of light and dark. In our case study, white and black are, in terms of their effects, completely opposite. The framing effects. The floral and geometric patterns are framed by green borders. The green ceramic bands reinforce the edge and surround the Zellige and stucco. For Zionid artists, the frame cuts out an infinite network of patterns. The decoration becomes a window opening onto an unlimited world. The basalt effects, brightness, balance of value counterpart. The intersection of the oblique broken lines creates a very distinctive spearhead shape. The patterns are highlighted by a white border, emphasizing the geometric design of the leaves and introducing the basalt effect into the composition. The basalt effect leads to a change in the color appearance and a non-tier combination or composition of color following the addition of a single color. Albers experiments in the example that adding white to the composition, but in colored spots or dots, brightness and illuminates it. This type of method is used to vary and modify color combination, for example, in carpets. The basalt effect is also known as value counterbalance within a single Zellige panel. It is determined by a balance between black and white, introducing a splash of color in the overall color scheme. Black increases the brightness of neighboring colors and makes them appear lighter. As for white, introduced in small spots in basalt effect, its brightness and add even more luminosity to the wall. The effect of brightness and luminosity, shadow and light. The decor is based on contrast of quality, shadow and light, which are variation in light tone and alternation between darkness and brightness. Zelliges do not generally create deep shadow, but reflect light into a multitude of shades of brightness and chiaroscuro. Similarly, the combinations serve to introduce brightness and luminosity by inserting white spots into the composition, in the manner of Van Gogh paintings, to introduce luminosity into the work. The light effect is similarly achieved by the reflectance of the metallic luster material, used primarily for this purpose. The effect of rhythm and pattern. The geometric bands spread across the paneling and floors create a checkerboard pattern of alternating colors. The surface consists of an arrangement of light colors, ochre, yellow, and white, and dark colors, black, creating a geared effect and reinforce the geometry, similar to weaving. The repetitive color create a sequence effect. Also, colors contrast is used to reinforce the sense of sequence. The alternation of warm and cool colors as well as light and dark colors create a jerky refrain, like polychrome panels of Duisburg and Le Corbusier's building. This polychrome composition destabilizes the floor and make it merge. Conclusion: the color combination of the Zelliges panel that adorn the Meshouar Palace are based on contrasting colors rather than shades. The contrast reinforces the pattern and make them stand out. They help define the volume while reflecting on more graphic appreciation of the form. The ceramic superimposed on and replacing the masonry from a colorful geometry wall of light which far from weighing down the building, adorn it and give it richness and brilliance. The space owe their visual impact to the exceptional decoration that cover them. The polychrome Zellige that adorns the El Meshouar Palace transforms the appearance of the architectural space. Its polychromy has a decisive influence on the appearance of the building and the atmosphere it exudes, giving identity and to the geometric composition as well as to the monument as a whole. Thank you for your attention. Thank you, I have finished.
Yes, so thank you so much, Meriem, for your very interesting presentation. So
Thank
now
you.
the session is open for the questions. So any questions from the members to
Yes,
Dr.
please.
Meriem?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can ask if you have any questions.
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. First, I want to thank Meriem for her presentations. It's very important. It's about traditional crafts, of course. But I think we have a kind of overlap here, Meriem. I'm from Morocco, actually, and in fact, there is a significant similarity between Moroccan and Algerian
Yes,
village.
yes. The Marinid,
Yes.
the Marinid has has been in Morocco and in Tlemcen.
Of course.
And
My question is just how can one actually tell them apart?
yes, you are welcome. You can repeat the question, please.
How can one actually tell them apart? I mean, the village of Morocco and Algerian. And I have a second question, if that's okay.
Yes.
As a legal scholar myself, my question is therefore of a legal nature. Has Algeria, from the perspective of industrial property law, taken similar steps to protect their this artisanal products? And has it been officially recognized of registered as part of its national or international cultural heritage? And thank you.
How to protect the heritage? The Palace Meshouar has is built at the 13th century and when the Tlemcen is considered what of a multitude of civilization of Islamic civilization, as well as Marinid, Zianid, and from Al-Muhad, then the great mosque of Al-Muhad in there are three great mosques in Algeria. One in Algiers, one is Tlemcen, and one is Nadroma. They are built in the 11th century. Algeria is known is a very rich heritage. The Roman, Byzantine, Islamic, Arab, and Constantine is the ancient civilization, and Sirta is one of the old Sirta in the old Constantine is one of the old town in the world. Algeria is known by its very rich architecture and as well as the Islamic architecture.
Of course. Thank you, Meriem.
You are welcome. Merci. Thank you, Abu. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Omar Hasiba, for your question, and the session is still open for the questions to Dr. Meriem. Are there any further questions from others?
You have another questions?
So, Dr. Meriem, I will ask one question. So, in these practices, so have you applied specifically any green practices?
I haven't understand. Practices on what?
Some greenery effects, some kind of sustainable environmental practices, greenery effects.
Yes, there are a lot of effects as well from counterpart effects, relief effects, farming effects, basal, the brightness, balance and value counterparts, brightness and luminosity, shadow and light, the effect of rhythm and the panel and pattern. And the brightness due to the contrast of quality, shadow and light. Because there are variation in the light tone and the alternative between darkness and the brightness. Zelliges do not generally create deep shadow. He refract light into a multitude of shadow of brightness and chiaroscuro. Yes, chiaroscuro, clair-obscur.